Have you ever heard about Kandake Amanirenas, the one-eyed Queen of Kush? Well, I didn't know her story until I became an adult. Tell me, did you read about her? Have you heard about her? Here is her story. In the golden heart of Africa, where the Nile carves life into the desert, there was a kingdom that stood against the mightiest empire in the world, Rome. This is the story of a queen who refused to kneel, a warrior who fought through fire and blood, a guardian of her land and people who knew that to protect her kingdom was to protect the rivers, the forests, and the very earth that sustained them. This is the story of Amanirenas, the one-eyed Queen of Kush. For centuries, the Kingdom of Kush flourished along the banks of the Nile, a land of towering pyramids, vast savannas, and a people deeply connected to nature. The river was their lifeline, feeding the fields where golden sorghum and millet swayed in the breeze. The great acacia trees provided shelter, and the sacred baobabs stood as silent witnesses to the passing ages. But in 30 BC, the balance of this world was threatened. The Roman Empire had conquered Egypt, and now they hungered for more. They saw Kush as a land to be taken, its fertile fields, its gold, its rivers, its life. Amanirenas did not wait for the invaders to trample her homeland. She became the storm. With an army of warriors, archers, and mighty war elephants, she led her people across the border. Their target, Roman-occupied Egypt. The Kushite warriors struck fast. Roman outposts were set ablaze, their ashes carried away by the desert winds. Soldiers caught off guard fell one by one. The mighty Nile, which had once carried trade, now bore witness to the resistance of a people fighting for their survival. The Romans, unprepared for battle on this untamed land, were forced to retreat. Amanirenas and her warriors stormed the residence, taking back what had been stolen. But her greatest act of defiance came when she struck at the heart of Rome's power in the region. She ordered the destruction of a statue of Emperor Augustus, the very symbol of Roman domination. His severed head was carried back to Kush and buried beneath the steps of a temple, so that every visitor would tread upon it, a reminder that no foreign ruler would ever control their land. Rome, enraged, struck back with full force. A legion of disciplined soldiers marched south, determined to claim Kush for themselves. But Kandake Amanirenas, like the great river, would not be controlled. The battle that followed was fierce. The ground trembled under the weight of war elephants. Arrows darkened the sky. Spears clashed against shields, the eagles rolling across the open plains. The Romans, strong in numbers, pushed forward. The Kushites, fueled by the will to protect their land, held their ground. Then, the queen suffered her greatest loss. Amidst the chaos of war, her son, the prince, the future of Kush, was struck down. Amanirenas watched as the Romans took him from her. A mother's heart shattered, but the spirit of a warrior burned stronger. Blinded by grief, she fought on, and then it happened. A Roman spear found its mark. The sharp tip struck her face. Blood ran down her cheek. Her vision blurred. One of her eyes was gone. But still she did not fall. With one eye and an unbreakable spirit, she lifted her sword and charged. Her people, seeing their queen rise even in her pain, fought harder. The Romans, so sure of their victory, soon found themselves trapped. The desert sun burned down upon them. The land which they had sought to claim turned against them. Its shifting sand swallowed their supplies. Its vastness left them lost. And just as they thought they had gained ground, the Kushites struck again like a lioness protecting her calves. Such a powerful and incredible woman who, despite losing her eyesight and her son, kept fighting for the survival of her people. Defeated, the Romans had no choice but to retreat. They abandoned their plans to conquer Kush. They sent envoys, not as rulers, but as negotiators. A peace treaty was signed and Kush remained free. Kandake Amanirenas had done what no other had. She had fought an empire and won. Kandake Amanirenas knew that the scars of war ran deep. The sacred land had been trampled, rivers had been stained, and the harmony of nature had been disturbed. She spent her final years restoring her people and her kingdom, ensuring that the land would heal, and the mighty baobabs could stand strong forever, and that the Nile would continue to nourish her people for generations to come. Her wound became her legend, the queen who lost an eye but never her vision, a mother who lost her son but never her fight. Her legend did not fade. Even today in the sands of Sudan, the ruins of Kush stand still. The pyramids of Meroe still stand, their stones whispering the name and her story. The head of Augustus, taken as a trophy, a testament of her victory, was buried beneath the steps of a temple in Meroe, symbolizing her defiance. Discovered in 1910, this artifact, known as the Meroe head, now resides far away from her land in a British museum. The royal title of Kandake, synonymous with Great Queen, is forever tied to her legacy. Her influence extended beyond her reign. Successors adopted her name, Amani, in their titles to honor her legacy, including Queens Amani-Shakito and Amanitore. In contemporary times, her legacy continues to inspire. In 2024, artist Tavares Strachan created a marble sculpture titled Amanirenas, a map of the crown, paying homage to her undying strength, resilience, and celebrating her unyielding spirits. She was a queen, a warrior, a mother, a legend. She was a protector of her people and guardian of the land that gave them life. Kandake Amanirenas, the one-eyed Queen of Kush. So I'll ask you one more time. Tell me, did you ever learn about this powerful African warrior? I'm very interested in your answers. Don't forget to share this video, subscribe, and like our page. Follow our YouTube channel, leave a comment, and I'll see you next time. Bye.